And I just want to mention that this is unsponsored. I paid for these with my own money. This is not sponsored in any way, so this is just an honest review. Hi guys, my name is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I am a certified Montessori teacher from age 3 to 6. I have a degree in developmental psychology. Please subscribe below and let's get to it. Today we're going to be unboxing two separate sensory bin kits. One is from Kookaroo and the other one is from Preschoolers. So you don't need fancy sensory bins or materials to do sensory play with your child. Being out in nature and playing in the mud, walking barefoot through the grass, those are all sensory experiences that are free and they're great for the child's development. You can always do a bin full of just dried pasta, rice, or beans with cups, measuring spoons, anything that you have in your house. I just like to use natural wooden materials whenever possible, so this is why I'm doing this review today. Both of these sensory bins are made from natural wood. Kookaroo advertises as being non-toxic, and both of them are made from natural wood products. So why do we want to do sensory play with our children? Dr. Maria Montessori called children sensory explorers from birth. So that means that they just explore the world with all of their senses. So manipulating objects in a sensory bin can work on fine motor skills as they're scooping and pouring. It strengthens up concentration that's needed for learning math, that's needed for learning to read, sense of order, and it refines their senses and builds on their cognitive abilities. For today's video, we're going to be unboxing these sensory kits. So without further ado, let's get into it. This one. And then we're going to fill it up with materials and see how we like them. All right, so this is pretty light. So it looks like everything is packaged. Look, there's no plastic, which I like a lot. It's not packaged with any plastic, just cardboard. Now let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. So I would say this is frustration-free packaging for sure. Okay, so look, it just comes like this. So I'm super excited to dig into this and see what's in here. So this is a funnel. So this is going to be for the pouring and scooping. Children can put rice through here and beans, and this is very attractive. This wood is very, very attractive. All right, and they have their label here. And they give you a chance to win your money back by scanning this on your phone, which I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. Okay, and the reason I really was attracted to this sensory kit is it comes with a mortar and pestle, and there's so much you can do with this. Like, how cute is this? Like, you can use this for the sensory bin, but this has so many other uses as well. You can actually put whole coffee beans in here and have your child push and grind the coffee, and then you could make a cup of coffee and drink it, or get decaf and they can try a sip and drink it. So this actually is a very purposeful activity for a child because they are working for the end goal of actually drinking the coffee. So this is like super cute and like many uses for purposeful activities. Child can grind up nuts to put in a cookie recipe. There are so many different ways to use the mortar and pestle. So this is a really fun, so I'm so happy about this. And then it just comes with, and then it comes here with your wood bowl or plate to put the sensory materials inside. This also can be used as a mud kitchen. Personally, I don't want this to go out and get muddy. It's too nice. I have other materials for that. So this is gonna be for like dry materials, like probably rice. Use a lot of different natural materials outside as well, like pine needles, rose petals, those kind of things to play around with and just to switch it up. So overall, this is a super nice sensory kit. And the mortar and pestle is pretty great. So that is this one. So that is the kookaroo. So that is the kookaroo kit. Okay, so now we're gonna open up the next one and compare the two after we play with them. We gotta play with them first to decide. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be a difficult decision to choose which one is better. So this one, okay, so this one is packaged with a little plastic, which is not great. It's covered in plastic. Cut that open. All right, right off the bat, I can tell that this wood is not as nice. It's still nice, but it's not, like, you can just you can see the difference. Like, the kookaroo version is much better quality. This feels like a kind of a cheaper wood. All right, but we have a lot of fun things in this kit. There is more in this kit to do. So there is scoops of all different sizes, which is great for practical life activities because you always want to start with a bigger scoop and then you can go down in size as the child's abilities improve. So I'm planning on using these for different practical life activities as well as a sensory bin. And then you have these cute little jars with lids. So kids are just gonna love this kit because they love to put materials inside containers. You can close the lid. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a hit. I'm not sure what this is here. Oh, there we go, the lid came off. So this is another little container. I can just tell because of the lids and the containers that this is gonna be a hit because children love to put things inside and close the lids and take them back off. So this has that advantage over the kookaroo kit because this is just more activities and has the lids and jars. And then spoons and wooden tongs. This is great for other practical life activities. Work well with a sensory bin filled with beans. I don't think rice, you'd be able to tong rice very easily, but this could work for beans and then a little wooden spoon. And then another container with a lid. This is just really cute. Like, toddlers and preschoolers are gonna absolutely love filling up these jars and putting the lids on. And little bowl. My little bowl. So this has a lot more to do in this kit than the other one off the bat. This is another, it's kind of hard to get the lid on. My preschooler might have a hard time actually twisting it on. There we go, but you gotta really push. Comes off. And then it has this wooden tray that you fill up with the dry materials. So this is really, really cute. And this could actually work as a mud kitchen as well, if you didn't mind it getting muddy and dirty. But overall, I think this is a really great kit as well. And these two are actually both the same price on Amazon. But we're gonna fill them up with rice, play with them a little bit, and let you guys decide which one you think is better. As of now, it's kind of hard to decide because this one has a lot of activities, but the kookaroo one has a mortar and pestle, which I think is amazing. So we're gonna fill it up with some rice and maybe some popcorn kernels because it's fall and see how it works. All right, I got a big old bag of rice here. So this is what I'm using, but again, you can use any dry materials, pasta, beans, rice, anything really. Natural materials, again, are always great. Rose petals, pine needles, rocks, sticks, little pebbles, which is kind of a cool activity too. Okay, so I think that's good enough. Let's see. So knowing toddlers and preschoolers, the sides of this is not super high. So I'd imagine rice and things coming out of it as they're playing. So it's always good to put a blanket down underneath to catch anything that falls. And when you're first introducing a sensory bin to younger children especially, they'll think it's kind of fun to throw the material. And that's not a reason not to introduce sensory play to your child. You can just set the expectation that if anything is thrown out of the bin, then the bin goes away and that they're done with it for the day. And they catch on pretty quickly that, you know, that they don't get to have fun and play with it if they're throwing the materials out of it. And then they, you know, they don't do that anymore. But of course, accidentally, things are gonna end up on the floor. But if they're not doing it on purpose, it should stay on a nice blanket. You know, because again, the sensory play is just so good for children. Like, it just feels, it's so calming as well too. Like, when I'm just picking up this rice, it just feels good on my hands. It's peaceful. So also just the sensory play is just so calming. Like, I'm just feeling the rice. Like, it's very a calming activity for a child that is having trouble calming down. It's just very peaceful. And I'm add a little popcorn kernels for fun, fall. All right. All right, we're gonna put everything back in here and then we're gonna fill up the next bin. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. And then I'll report back on which sensory activity was more popular in a few days. All right. I don't know, these both look pretty fun. Okay, we're gonna fill up this one now. All right. All right, so right off the bat, I can tell that this one's not as tall. So for young children, you're definitely gonna want a blanket or a towel or something underneath. Or if it's a beautiful day, better yet, take it outside to the grass. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have this. Okay, I'm actually excited. You know what? There's not a little scoop for this. That's interesting. Okay, so we have a scoop here. I was excited just to try the funnel. Oh, see, there's rice on the floor just for me doing it, so guaranteed rice is gonna go everywhere and it comes right on out. That's fun. It's coming out kind of slow. You know, and this would be great for pouring activities with water. Pour water through here. And if you're really brave, you could put water in here. I think it's safe for water, actually. I might have to look into that. I assume it's fine, right? Because you're keeping it out of wooden bowls and things like that. So I'm sure it's fine to pour water in here with some, you know, dry materials like pasta, and they can funnel the water through. They can scoop and funnel the water through. The rice doesn't go through too well. And it's coming out a little bit. Mortar and pestle. I wanted this kit just for this because I'm going to use this for so many other things other than just the sensory bin. So this one isn't really that big. Let me go ahead. I want to go ahead and show you now. Okay, so this one isn't huge. So although I like the mortar and pestle and I love the funnel, as a sensory bin, it's not that great as far as like the size. It's small. It's hard to kind of like scoop things out of it because it doesn't go super deep. So I might be using these materials, like the mortar and pestle, for other practical life activities, and the funnel. I don't, right off the bat, I'm not loving how shallow it is and how small this is, but this will get used for definitely other activities. I'm just not sure about a sensory bin. Now, I do like the quality of this wood though. Like, this is super nice wood. And then we go over here, and this is much bigger, much more space to dig and scoop. You know, I might even have my toddler play with these materials over here because there's just more. It goes deeper. I could even add more rice. I didn't add enough rice. I'm gonna add some more. And it's all these different, you can scoop. And this is just more to play with. It's bigger, it's deeper, and it has more material. So I would say that the Christier kit is actually a go if you're gonna pick between the two, just for a sensory bin. But if you wanted practical life materials such as a mortar and pestle and a funnel, then I would say the Kookaroo kit. You know, and this might be better for more natural materials outside. Flower petals, pine needles, that kind of thing. And this is better for rice. I mean, it just depends on what you put in each kit too. I mean, as of nut for rice, this probably isn't the best one, but this is great for rice and beans and pasta. Look at that. Look how fun it is to fill this up and cover it up. Like, kids are just gonna love this. This is a really great kit. Sensory bin. And it's super peaceful activity. Like, I am super calm right now, and I just want to keep, I don't want to stop. I want to play with this. I don't want my kid to play with this. I want to play with this. Like, this is fun. This is working their fine motor skills, cognitive development, sense of order. Not to mention, it's really fun and calming. Okay, so those sensory bins were a hit. They got a lot of use, and in addition to all the other skills I had mentioned earlier, they're also great for pretend play, right? They're cooking, making things. It's just a great pretend play toy. But rice came out everywhere but rice did come out everywhere because the sides of the sensory bin is not that high. So like I said, I like to use natural materials whenever possible, but there's something to be said for just a bin like this that has high sides. So I'm actually planning on dumping this out now. This has been around a while, and replacing it with the wooden materials if we have to play with it inside, because it's just gonna be too messy for inside without these high sides. So I'll probably just use all of the spoons and the mortar and pestles and the scoops inside here instead of the bases that they came with. But for outside play, I'm going to use the wooden bases that they come with. But with this, the kid's able to scoop and do so much more without it just getting everywhere. Depends on, but overall, I love the tools that the kits came with. I'm happy that I got both, honestly. Like, it would be hard to choose because the Christiers one has so many scoops, and I love the little jars with the lid. Like, I definitely would want those. But I also love the mortar and pestle, the wood mortar and pestle, the wood funnel. Like, those are going to be used for so many other different practical life activities. Now, if you guys are interested in hearing about Montessori practical life and different activities you can do at home with your children, please comment below so I know to make a video on that next. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.